Hello, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to new webinar. My name is Evan. Today I would like to introduce you Mainconsole test usage, and I will show you 6 scenarios with functions. So I will take around 20 minutes to introduce and show you the actual demo. And after 5 minutes break, we will have 10 minutes for the Q&A. To ensure the quality of the webinar, I will mute everyone from now. So if you have any questions, please type in the question windows. So here is today's agenda. First, I will start from introduce scenario and then show you how to set up these functions by giving you a quick demo. And then we will have 10 minutes Q&A session in the end. Okay, here is the scenario, and we will use the Mainconsole version 5.0 as the solution to demo. The first scenario is to recall by I/O input. When the user presses the panic button, the Mainconsole will receive the signal and start the mode of always recording. And the second scenario is to use still record function to have boost recording, which is triggered by IVS event. And another one is to have event recall triggered by I/O input. The third scenario is to activate the smart guard by I/O input. And the fourth scenario is to show you how to set up event pop-out as one-by-one display layout in Mainconsole server and the remote live viewer. And the fifth scenario is to show you how to use hotkey in remote live viewer. And the last scenario is to show you how to do playback from different channels at the same time. Okay, first scenario, recall by I/O input. In this scenario, the Mainconsole is connected with the C31A, and the C31A uses RS485 mode to connect with the C28 I/O bus. The C28 I/O bus is connected to the panic button as in input 0. When the user doesn't press panic button, the Mainconsole will not recall. But if the user clicks panic button, then the Mainconsole will start the mode of the always recording. The reason why we need this function is because sometimes if there is something urgent happen, the user does not need to do right-click on each channel to do a manual recall. By pressing the panic button, the I/O input signal will send to Mainconsole to trigger the mode of always recording. So this page is to show you that when the panic button is pressed, the main console will start always recording mode and get original streaming from IP camera. After pressing the panic button again to disable the event, the main console will stop recording. Here is the I/O board that I use in today. There is a C31A connect with C28 I/O bus by RS485 protocol on this board. For the scenario we will talk about today, we will only use the I/O input function. We will use the panic button to trigger I/O digital input signal, DI0, to main console. So how to set up the record by I/O input? First, please go to main console event and action configuration page, and select the digital input output. Then click the add new event and select input 0. Then we go to the recording schedule configuration page and double click the channel timeline bar to open the encoding option page. And on the first record, we choose the record mode to record on event and select main profile. The main video profile means the main console receives the video streaming from first streaming of this IP camera. Then click the Select Event button and choose Input 0. So you can see that after pressing the panic button, the I/O input 0 shows red, and the main console starts to record. Okay, now I will show you how to do this. Okay, first open the main console and go to the Setting System Setting. Go to I/O device to add your C31A and C28. Okay. And go to the Event and Action configuration page and select Digital Input Output. Click Insert Event and select Input 0 and automatic cancel event when event disappear. Okay, and click OK. And go to Schedule Configuration. Select a channel and double click on the timeline bar. On the record one, on the first record, the record mode select on event, and the video profile is main profile. Click Select Event button and select C31A Input 0. Click OK. Okay, now enable the recording schedule and the smart guard. Now I open the I/O control panel. Now I pressing the panic button. Okay, you will see that this channel will become to always recording, and also there shows the red color on the digital input 0. Now I press the panic button again. Then it becomes to the no record mode. Okay, go to next scenario. It's the dual record function. The second scenario is to use the dual record function. The first record mode is using a boost record, which is triggered by IVS event. If the people or group of people cross the load, the boost recording will be triggered. And the second record mode is event record by I/O input. When there has accident happen in a closed row, the user can click the panic button to start to do the always recording. So this page shows how to boost record works. When there is no event happening, only will keyframe be recorded. And if the event happens, it will trigger boost recording to rise frame rate to real time. When the event stops, the mode will back to record keyframe only. Okay, we have introduced event record by I/O input flow in previous page, so I will skip this page. So how to set up the dual recording for boosting record and record by I/O input. And now we will select boosting record on event for the first record and select main video profile. Then click the select event button and select IVS presence event. After finish the first record setting, and then please enable the dual record. The dual record to enable second record mode. We have set up the I/O input event in previous scenario, and now we will change I/O input event to the second record. Then click the select event button and choose the input 0. After finish setting up dual record, you can see there are two recording status icons on the up left side of video. The crystal ball on the left hand side shows purple, which means the first record mode is using the boosting record. And the crystal ball on the right hand side shows the blue color. It means this is record by event. So when people close the door, it will rise the frame rate to a real time as the boosting record. You can see the right side crystal ball shows the red color. It means it's recording in real time. And if there is no accident and the user doesn't press the panic button, the second recall will not be recalled. But when traffic accident occurs, after user press the panic button and the second recall will do the always recording. Okay, now I will quick demo for this scenario. Okay, first is go to the IVS to create a zone and set up a presence. And also I have find the object classification function to do the class filter. Only the group of people and the person cross the road will trigger alarm. Okay, now open the event action configuration page and select the IVS closed road channel. Click add these 4 presence. Okay, then click OK. Okay, now open a recording schedule and double click on the closed road channel. On the first recall mode, we select boosting recall on event. Select event is by IVS. Click OK. And now I will set up a second recall. So I need to enable dual record and select recall on event. Select event and by IO input 0. Okay, now you will see there have 2 icons shows on the up left side of the video. And this one is the boosting recall mode, and this is the second recall mode. Okay, if there doesn't have a people or group people walk across the road, it will only recall the key frame. So when the people walk across the road, it will rise in the frame rate to recording on the real time. So now it shows red color is recording on the real time. Okay, about the second record, I open the I/O control panel to show the I/O input 0 status. Okay, if they have a traffic accident, then the user pressing the panic button. Okay, it will do the always recording. And when I press the panic button again to switch off, it will stop record. Okay, now we go to the next scenario. How to enable Smart Guard by I/O input. Some customer ask how about to enable or disable the Smart Guard by I/O input signal. In this scenario, I will show you how to do that. When there is no I/O input signal to the main console, the main console will disable the Smart Guard. And if the user presses the panic button, then the main console Smart Guard will be enabled. Okay, please go to Event and Action Configuration page. And you will see there has Advanced button. Click the Advanced button and select Smart Guard Detection when digital input signal triggered. And select by digital input 0 and click OK. So after setup, if user is not press the panic button, the Smart Guard will not be enabled. But after user press the panic button, the Smart Guard will be enabled. Okay, now I will do a quick demo for this scenario. Okay, go to Event Action Configuration page and click the Advanced button. Select Start Smart Guard Detection when digital input signal triggered and select Input 0. Click OK. Okay. Now I didn't press digital input 0, but I didn't press the panic button, so there is still doesn't have the digital input signal coming. Also, the Smart Guard is disabled. So if they have a digital input signal and the Smart Guard will be enabled. Okay, we go to next scenario. The next scenario is remote live view hotkey control. In this scenario, we will show you how to use keyboard to use remote live view hotkey control to the PTZ and the switch channel. We have some customers want to use hotkey to change channel or do the PTZ quickly to replace by mouse control. Due to sometimes the needs to do the fast, they need to quickly change the channel quickly. Okay, new main console only support generic basic 104 key computer keyboard. It has right isolate numeric keypad. The first hotkey is choose one PTZ camera on the grid and click arrow key to control PTZ camera pan tilt direction. And click the plus and the minus button to switch next or previous connect camera. . Okay, switch to exit camera. Choose one camera on the grid. Key in the camera number on the right numeric keyboard. Key in Enter. And we'll switch to a connected camera. For example, when I click 3 and click Enter, you will switch to a third camera. I switch to preset point. Choose one camera on the grid. Key in the preset number on the outside of keyboard. Then key in the Enter. For example, if you input 2 or 02 on the outside keyboard, the video will go to the second preset point. The last hotkey is space button. Click the space button, it will switch between last two select camera. Okay, now I will do a quick demo for this scenario. Okay, open the remote live viewer. And connect with the main console server. And there have 4 channels. Connect with all. Okay. First, if I want switch to the third channel, just click 3 on here and click Enter. So you will jump to the third channel. If I go to the second channel, just click 2. Then you jump to channel 2. Okay. Also, you can click space to select the last 2 channels. And if you have a PTZ camera, you can click the number and to go to which preset point you want. Okay, now I back to the PowerPoint. Okay, next scenario is event pop-out to 1x1 display layout. A main console can connect with the 64 IP cameras, and if there has event happen, how to highlight event to let user know. In this scenario, I will show you how to set up event pop-out to 1x1 display layout on main console server and the remote live viewer. The event pop-out to 1x1 display layout means that when the event happens, that will pop out to 1x1 display layout to highlight, let user know which channel has happening. First, I will show you how to set up event pop-out to 1x1 display layout in main console server. Okay. When you add action on screen display, and then double click on the on-screen display. And then you can choose this event pop-out to which monitor. Also, you may input the customized text and the color when event happens, shown in the video. So after setup on-screen display to monitor and when event happening, that will show one by one display layout to highlight this channel has event now. And how about remote live viewer? The Z can also has event pop out to one by one display layout. Okay, in the main console version 5.0, the remote live viewer supports event pop out to one by one display layout. So first, go to the setting page and go to the notification tab. And enable show event message on screen and enable switch live view layout to one by one. So after stop and when event happening, that will show one by one display layout to highlight this channel has event now. Okay, I will do a quick demo for this scenario. First is the main console server. Click Event Action Configuration and I set up the general motion. This area. Click OK. Then add action on screen display. Double click to select which monitor you want to pop up. I select second monitor. Click OK and enable the smart guard. So if they have event happening, it will pop out to one by one. Okay, now I open the remote live viewer. Connect with the main console server. Okay, connect with the old channel. Go to the setting page. And go to the notification tab to check the show event message on screen and switch live view layout to one by one. Click OK. So when they have an event happening, it will pop out to one by one display layout. Okay, now I close the remote live viewer and back to the PowerPoint. Okay, today the last scenario is how to play back different channels in the same time. In this scenario, I will show a tips to let user knows how to play back different channels in the same time. We know the main console can connect with 64 IP cameras and can play back 16 channels in the same time. But if the user only want to play back 16 single channels in the same time, how to do it? In the playback daytime search dialog, user can select 16 continuous channels. But if he only want to select the first channel and the last channel, how he will do it? Okay, first you can select which time period you want to see the playback. And the second, you can click on the channel name to choose which channel you want to play back. So now you can select different 16 channels in the playback and do a playback in the same time. Okay, I will do a quick demo. Open the playback application. Okay, select a time period you want to do the playback. Okay. Then now you can click on the channel name to decide this channel will show on the playback in the same time or not. Also, they have a number 1, and this means first record. If you want to see the second record, you can click on this number. You will change to the second record. Okay, we will take a 5 minutes break. And if you have any questions, please input in the chat panel or question panel. Thank you. Hello everyone, we will take a 5 minutes break, and if you have any questions, please input in the question panel and I will reply you later. Thank you.